we're sponsored, dude. Sponsored by Road, guys.
I know, right? Sponsored by Coca-Cola Zero too.
Oh yeah, we're also sponsored by Coca-Cola Zero.
Alright, you ready?
A vibe from the 915.
Welcome back to episode 5, I believe, of the pod. A late night weeknight for you guys, bringing the vibes during the week. Kind of putting it all together here, but what's the vibe for the week, boys?
We did want to, start off with saying thank you guys for, supporting us. And we do have a lot in store. And we do want to go over some stuff that we've been doing, this time from the last episode till now.
Yeah, a lot has changed. A lot has changed within individuals, within the podcast, within upgraded equipment, location. Lots been going on. We're all been busy, so it's been a while for you guys. It's been a while for us as well. We're all bouncing back. You know how it is. Life is never just A to Z.
That's very true. Yeah. There's not only an update just for us, but kind of an update on the city too. A lot has been going on in El Paso past couple of days. And we're just gonna touch up on that.
Couple weeks.
Couple weeks. So sorry we haven't been uploading as much as we wanted to, but yeah, it's been a couple weeks.
Dude, I made a TikTok, like recapping February because I was like, it's only been 28 days. Like, let's see what happened. And I looked at a couple of videos or even pictures I had, and I was like, no shot. 28 days, that much stuff happened. Like, quite literally, a lot changed from like February 1st to like the first week of March. Yeah. And that's just like personal, like on top of like events. Like one of the biggest ones for me was Bad Bunny was like a big concert that we went to, which was like right around Valentine's, which was right around Super Bowl. So
we had Bad Bunny here in El Paso like 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, about
a little
over. Wait, was it just Andy?
Yeah, so who went?
I went with Lindsay to Bad Bunny, and I got the tickets, dude, like maybe a year and a half ago.
Yeah, you got them super cheap, right?
I was there doing
a year and a half ago?
Yeah, doing this number at work, like we were
so like the seats that you had, how much were they selling for it? Like maybe like a week or two before the concert.
I was second row to the top.
That's
all.
Oh God, they're gonna say it to
So I'll be transparent because I don't care. Is that when I clicked it there and Ticketmaster crashed, I had to go through StubHub, so I was maybe like 15 minutes late.
Ticketmaster.
Dude, I know it fumbled the bag. I paid $475 for 2 tickets that day, and that's for like the third row, like up the top.
Yeah,
right?
that was a year and a half.
A year and a half before.
That was a year and a half. Golly, so, I don't even know what's gonna happen next week.
To give you reference, there was someone in our row, and they were talking about that they paid around like $600-700 mark. I don't know for how many. I just heard that number thrown out. Let's just assume for 2. So it almost doubled in price for that same row.
So how much do you think the tickets were going for, like in the front or on the floor? Because there's a floor, right?
Yeah. Well, we had a family friend that was nearby. He said he was legit third row, and I think he paid. There's a comma in there. I don't know exactly, but there's a comma.
It has to be a comma if you paid that much.
Yeah.
Because he bought his like a week.
Matter of fact, let us know in the comments if you were in El Paso at the Bad Bunny concert. Let us know how much you paid for those front row tickets.
Even better. What would be the amount you would pay to go for Bad Bunny? Because I'll say I'm not like the crazy biggest fan of Bad Bunny. Like I love his music, but I'm not like I know every song, I know every word. Like I just like the vibe and all that.
Not even that. I'm a huge fan, and I still wouldn't pay that much.
See, that's what I'm saying. But like, I will say this. You could have been the top row, front row, in the bathroom, working at the place. It was super fun, bro. It was so
I can imagine. I saw the videos and I was like, man, I should have went. I knew I should have went. But
yeah.
Oh well. I mean, that's like his second time coming, isn't it?
Second time, I believe, since like he's blown up. I think this was the first time because now he's A-list now, right? Like,
yeah,
true. Everyone knows who Bad Bunny is, even if you don't listen to that style of music. But when he first came, I remember he was on the radio. I was going to EPCC, and all they had said is like, Bad Bunny coming near you in El Paso. And I was like, Bad Bunny? I was like, what the
I
hell?
was in line somewhere, and they were talking about the Bad Bunny concert the first time. And they said they got tickets for $5 the first time he came.
I don't remember
$5.
That really shows where he's gone, man.
Yeah, where he's
It's
gone.
$5?
Actually, I kind of do remember that, but it wasn't $5. It was at the Coliseo, I think, at the Coliseum.
Mhm.
I don't know.
But I think it was somewhere cheap. It was like $15.
Still.
But it's still though, like
Still.
$15
over.
to $400 to however much someone pays for those front row tickets. I don't know.
Think about like when any artist comes to El Paso, like okay, we're gonna tangent a little bit, but just for example, we went to Kevin Hart last month as well.
Yeah.
Yo, that was here in El Paso. Don't mention it.
I
mention it.
forgot that happened
So
like not long ago,
the
too.
point I'm trying to get at is that yes, sometimes you're like, oh, it's cheap, or even a little bit on the pricier side, but they're coming to El Paso, which even though we're a pretty big city, sometimes they don't make their stop on their tours. They're like, all right, we're going to Dallas, Houston, San Antonio, and then we're going to the next state. And you're like, dang, they're never here. Or they're like Albuquerque, Phoenix, whatever's close by.
Yeah, the big arenas.
So in my eyes, the way I like to approach it is that if they're coming to El Paso, I'm going to try to make it. Not like drop a bag like I can't afford it, but Kevin Hart came, and what did we do that day? I was like, I'm buying 6 tickets. Who wants to go? Just full
We
send
didn't get tickets at first.
No, we didn't.
They sold out.
Yeah. But we ended up going, and it was super worth it. And in El Paso, that's the cheapest we're going to see Kevin Hart.
That's
Kevin
very
Hart.
true.
That's
Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart was like probably one of the best experiences I've ever had. Like seeing someone, like I think it was so dope. The thing that was like that kind of sucked though is that they make you lock your phones.
Oh,
You can't use your phones for anything. You have to lock it up in like a bag.
That's crazy, dude.
And then you start to realize like,
Something
man,
happens.
we need our phones. Like we were there like itching and stuff. We're like, man, we gotta check our social media. We just want to record. Oh, okay.
The feed, bro. You're like,
I will say, like, we sat down.
I'll admit, I was feeding for the phone.
Yeah, I will say, like, we sat down,
okay.
we had our drinks, like, my girlfriend and my mom and my brother are all, like, laughing, and then the stage lights are on, and I'm like,
Record.
and I'm like,
Yeah, you can't
so then my
record.
girlfriend's like, just take a mental photo, and I'm like, yeah, but, like, although, yes, living in the moment is, like, just, like, you need to do that more often, having a picture to look back on is still really, like, cool. Like, I mean, part of the thing I was doing right now, yeah, like, oh, that was awesome. Like, no, like, having the photos is still really cool because you get to look back on it, and even if it's a year later.
I hope Kevin Hart, once he's done with his tour, like he posts like you know how he likes to post his stand-ups like on Netflix or whatever. I hope he really does this one. I thought this one was really funny.
Yeah,
I thought it was super funny.
Kevin Hart reposted my brother's story. Like,
Oh yeah, I posted
That's
like
right.
I posted like it was so dope, whatever, and then he reposted it, and it was like over like 400 million people like saw it or something. That was pretty crazy.
Again, this is probably like a week apart, like from Bad Bunny, and then like
That's
Kevin
true.
Hart.
So we had Bad Bunny, we had Kevin
and
Hart.
I saw Joe Coy too.
Joe Coy.
We
was
had
in
Joe
here,
as
too.
well.
He was
Another
Joe-
comedian.
Another comedian.
Really good comedian.
Another
bro.
really good
Yeah, he's
comedian.
hilarious. And he
So
said
sad.
that the next time he comes, he's gonna do the Netflix special here.
For sure.
That's how much he
I
likes.
don't know
it.
if we can add that to our
So-
video.
I
I
Joe Coy's like, how dare you spoil the thing? I mean,
That's what he said. But I don't know. We'll see.
I heard it. I heard that one was really good.
He's
Yeah,
funny,
it was
right?
hilarious.
Where was that one at?
The Coliseum.
Oh, was it
I mean,
the
no,
Coliseum?
sorry, Don Haskins.
Oh, ours was at the Abraham Chavez Center.
I've never been there. I think
Really?
it's dope. I didn't know we had that here in El Paso. It's dope in there.
Yeah. So if you're not from El Paso, the difference between those theaters, the one they were at was a little bit more of like a classical.
I would say like a classical.
Tier
type,
setup.
Tier setup, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the other one's a little more common for any type of event.
Yeah.
Speaking of like venues, like the Bad Bunny one that was set up, super dope setup. They had all these crazy screens, streamers, like they had LED lights for like every guest under their seat. Like it was super
That's cool.
interactive.
I kind of saw that they had like a bus.
Like
Where
semi
it was like a
semi-truck.
from the album, he drove out in the semi truck and then it turned into a stage. Like
Oh, the
truck,
one from the album cover.
like
drove
one.
in.
The one, same license plate.
That's cool.
No, and it turned into a stage. So he was on top of the semi, and then like the sides of the semi like dropped, and then the middle one like folded in, and it like
That's
came
dope.
together. And he wasn't lip syncing; he was genuinely singing. Which today's day and age, I like rap, but most of the time they're just singing over their track. He was genuinely singing, so you could hear like kind of breathing hard in some of like the parts, which I think makes it super dope.
It
Like,
was raw.
and then he was like, I have a cool
Raw
video.
AF.
I have a cool video where he's singing like and like he starts jumping in the whole crowd, and then all the lights turn on, and just like, oh dude, like I'm saying, we could have been top row or in the parking lot. I'm pretty sure like everything
Still, it
was
was
sick.
so good. That's cool.
So like Bad Bunny venue, Kevin Hart venue, Joe Coy.
Joe Coy.
We even went to a market on Sunday that was a downtown block party. And that setup was still pretty cool. They literally closed off like a neon setup of a street.
Legit block party.
Stage. They had a bar that was... It's
called
there.
Church Bar.
Church Bar and Park Tavern are right there. That's the part of downtown that we're talking about, if you're familiar. Those were inside the little venue area. So you had an accessible bar. You had a restaurant that was like right there. A bunch of local vendors, local food trucks. You had White Claw girls walking around passing out free beers.
That's
I mean,
cool.
it was
CBD.
So there was sponsors. There was sponsors there. Like White Claw was there.
definitely sponsors. Yeah.
Oh, wow,
White Claw
okay,
was
that's
one of
pretty
them. One of the local vendors there, and she's actually reached out to me a couple times saying like she loves what we're doing because we were presenting ourselves there a little bit, like not only having fun as like people there, we were also like trying to take advantage.
Like outsourcing a little bit.
Yeah, asking people and introducing ourselves, and hopefully we can put some of that footage and audio for you guys because we were interviewing some of the local vendors on like their perspective of this whole market thing because I hadn't been to something like that ever or for the first time, especially from that perspective of we're part of like the support, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So one of the ladies, she does the chamoy for as her business for the beers. They're at the vendor. They went and bought almost like all her stuff and said, "Can we use it for the beers we're giving out for the event?"
That's awesome.
Right then and there. So they supported local, and your beers came with her stuff.
That's cool.
That's
really
so cool.
And she
That
still
is so
sold
cool.
at the thing. She has her candies, whatever, and we recorded it. That was one of our first
I
ones.
just hope
Yeah.
these big corporations don't take her idea though. You know what I mean? I just hope this White
Either way,
Claw
it
will
doesn't
come
matter,
out with their
though.
own chamoy.
You know,
Already
what?
said
they're
it.
like, oh, this lady with the fire chamoy.
Specific to that, I don't think you can because everyone knows that that's a local thing. I mean, there's a couple people that do. It's not one specific, but you can't.
I think they
you
all have
can't
their
take
own
it
like
away.
ingredients though, like the way
They're all
making
made their
it.
own way. Yeah, and it's a big thing here in El Paso for sure. I don't
Yeah.
know about out of town yet. I haven't had a chance to see it out of
Really,
town.
yeah, you're right.
But it might just
It
be
is a
like
big El Paso thing though.
But people that are capitalizing on it, which are a couple brands now that I'm seeing, super smart. A gift, events.
So which kind of makes me think. Okay, so if you're not from El Paso, because you made me think. You're right. It's a local thing. You probably don't want chili on your beer. Now that I think about it,
Think about it, it's kind of weird.
I could think of like
It is.
some guy from like Chicago be like, why would I want to put spice?
Bro,
or
just
like,
give me a beer.
Yeah, just give me my beer. That's gross. You should try it though. It is kind of a local thing. Now that I think about it, you know.
It is.
I don't know.
I don't know. I will say I don't even want that on mine personally because that's just like not my favorite thing.
True.
But the vice versa, if we go to Chicago and people are like eating their pizza a certain way, we're gonna be like,
True.
"What the heck are you doing? Like
Yeah.
that doesn't belong on pizza." And they're gonna be like, "You must be a tourist," you know, like vice versa
Yeah.
either way, which I think is even better for us when you have like something that's like a little bit of a culture, like
And if
for
it
us,
involves alcohol,
which is
Even better.
the big thing of El
that's
Paso.
really a big thing.
So that was just one vendor, dude, and there was so many other cool
there was
vendors.
different stuff. What was there? Like CBD stands.
Mhm.
There was coffee. Coffee stand.
Oh, that dude was
Oh,
cool.
yeah.
He
He
made
made
fresh
coffee.
coffee.
Fresh coffee right there in front of you.
We're
Oh,
gonna-
so he's roasting the beans.
Yeah.
Dude,
Everything,
no,
bro.
he was like,
He
he had a
was
little oven.
The whole thing.
Everything's like a tea. He asked me if I wanted a tea.
Guys, this is amazing. I
No.
did not know this. So
And his wife, the stand next to him, is selling handmade earrings and jewelry.
Yeah.
Dude, it was like,
It was dope. It was a little bit of everything.
we'll tag all their names below. I can't remember off the top of my head. I'm so sorry.
Oh, one of the dope ones was there was a guy. He was a graphic designer.
Oh,
He had some
yeah.
crazy like drawings and stuff. I was like, man, it's just so fire. I feel like
One of the.
with the right group of people to see it, I feel like it would be like a
And you could tell he's a humble dude. Like, we interviewed him, and he was like, all right, yeah. And like, his interview was so like down to earth.
It
I
was
was
so
like,
chill.
throw the mic out. Like, let's keep talking, bro.
That's how I felt like too. I was like, that's
So
what
if,
I'm
if you
talking
guys
about.
hadn't seen the previous episode, we were talking about this market. So that's exactly what they're talking about.
Exactly.
Like
Yeah.
the market. Lindsay shows up to a lot of these markets. That's actually, I think, where you guys
And-
got invited, right?
Yeah.
And then it was dope too because it's a market, but it's still a block party. So they had some crazy DJs. They had Johnny Cage. They had what was it, Spider Tech?
Spider Tech, and then they had one more guy from Los Angeles that was a DJ.
I forgot his name.
I forgot his name too. But he was
That was
really
when we were
good.
like transitioning, like wrapping up for the day and everything. So
And then from that point on, it was just a party.
it
It
was.
was just a straight party. But they played some good music, man.
True.
No,
So
dude.
we had Bad Bunny. Another recap. So Bad Bunny, Joe Coy, Kevin Hart. We had the
Market.
market.
And then
We also I know.
Jersey Shore, baby.
Oh,
that's right.
yeah. I was like,
Oh,
dude.
Jersey Shore.
We had Pauly D come over.
Speaking of, do you know how much noise that made? Like everyone on social media, I just saw Jersey Shore, Pauly D, Mike the Situation, Snooki, Ricky D's, because they were at Ricky D's.
I think it was slept on because I told these guys maybe like a month before that Pauly D was gonna come into town. Slept on. It was so quiet.
Honestly,
like
El
a
Paso was
month,
quiet
bro.
about it. Like people were like here and there,
until
like
they
It was
landed
slept
and
on.
people released like pictures of them landing in El Paso. I think it was like Fit Fam, right?
uh,
It wasn't until like that Friday or like 2 days before his concert, blew up, sold out. It's sold out.
Oh yeah.
Like within 2 days.
we'll check it out. So people were telling me that the tickets for Pauly D were going on for like $30.
Yeah, it was.
And then once they saw that the whole cast was there, they jumped up the prices to $130.
Damn.
And that's the thing. No one knew that the whole cast was coming, but I mean, I know they're redoing another Jersey Shore season. They're bringing that back. So I had already watched a podcast about it. Like, I don't know why I didn't put two and two together. So when I saw that day, I was one of those people. I was like, yo. I even told like Lindsay, and I was telling you guys like, let's go out. Like they're gonna be at Cincy. They have to. No, they go to Ricky D's, bro. Which by the way, is super dope. But they go to Ricky
Yeah,
they
they
go
go
to
to
all
Ricky D's.
places.
and they're there like line
They
dancing.
shut down Ricky D's. First off, no one was allowed on the dance floor, but it was still cool.
I heard people have to sign consent forms because their cameras were rolling the entire time, right? It's a reality TV show.
Yeah.
But I mean, people got to experience that.
I think whoever was in there, by the time they got there, were the only people allowed. After that, they were letting no one else in.
Oh, okay, I get you.
Yeah.
I have a question. I saw
Crazy, bro.
So all the day drinkers roll in there, fucking like slam.
Oh,
Yeah,
It's
all
like,
the true
what the
cowboys.
hell?
Yeah.
The true cowboys.
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but I saw in the infamous Fit Fam, I saw that they posted that it still ended in a typical El Paso fashion. And I saw like a bunch of cops and
No.
like there might have been some.
When? The Ricky D's?
No, the night that he
Pauly D?
performed.
Oh, yeah,
the
the
night that he
night.
performed that because they did go out, and then it like the next slide or picture was like
Surprised.
cops like pulling in from all places. So I'm wondering if it just got like too rowdy or if there was like a fight. Or...
I remember seeing someone put that, okay guys, Jersey Shore is here, they're filming an episode. Please don't do anything that's gonna like, you know, make I don't know what's the word.
Make us look bad.
Yeah, make us look bad on
Rap
TV and
reputation.
stuff, you know? But I don't know, I didn't hear about that though. I didn't know that there was something went down.
Yeah.
I remember
I didn't hear about that either.
do you guys remember when Danny Duncan came to El Paso?
Yeah. Oh, that was.
And there was like
That mall rage or whatever, I think,
oh
right?
my god.
He even
that
got
was
alleged
crazy.
starting a riot, right?
That was crazy. I remember the SWAT coming into my work and like clearing out the buildings and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy.
It,
That's what I was
it
scared
was
of
bad
something like
timing
that.
because of the. It was still pretty close to the El Paso shooting, and he's at a mall.
Yeah.
It wasn't a good image.